Hi there. Welcome to day 3. Today we will be talking about what, as it clearly shows here. We've had 2 days so far. We started with the why. Yesterday you did the how. I hope you had a look at all the videos that I wanted you to have a look at, because you really need them, as you will find out today. Today we will be first discussing the assignment that you have to do together with your partner. Then I will talk you through how you have to go about that. And then I'll repeat the assignment again. And then, as far as I'm concerned, if you also watch all the other videos that are listed below, then you should be ready to get started. So let's make a start. This is what you have to do. Okay, let me read it out loud so we're sure we're all on the same page. You, as a couple, so there's the two of you, you'll have to fill out a flourishing business canvas for an established B Corp certified company assigned to you. In other words, we will assign a company to you and you have to look into that. Based on your research into that company, you will have to fill out a flourishing business canvas. What that is, we'll explain that in the next 10-12 minutes. All right, the content of your canvas has to be backed up by a paragraph on how you got to the content per topic of the canvas. Now in the canvas, as you will see later on, there's 16 different topics addressed. That means you will have to write as a backup, as a proof of you having done research, 16 paragraphs. So for each field you'll fill in, you also have to write a paragraph. A paragraph should be about, anywhere between 70 and 100 words. So that means in total, your whole document will be within, let's say 1,100 and 1,600 words, something like that. So that's roughly 5 pages. Okay, then your total document, which is either in Word or in PDF, therefore has to then in the end include the company's name, your names, and preferably also your class, and the filled out canvas, and the 16 paragraphs of text. Oh, I see clearly that I wrote text in the Dutch spelling, so that's, it's the same word. Okay, after you've done all that, you upload your document before 5 p.m. Friday the 24th on Blackboard. And there's a special button in the Blackboard course which says week 4.1 submit product. Can't go wrong. All right, let's get started with explaining what it is you have to do. The first term that was just in the assignment that you're not familiar with, most likely, is B Corp. So I will assign a existing B Corp certified company to you that you have to look into and that you have to fill out the canvas for. Now, what is B Corp? Well, basically, B Corp is, yes, I dare to say that. B Corp is the new standard of what companies should actually be striving for. There's a couple of thousand companies now who have been certified, and it's really the company of the future. Yes, it should be there now, but it is still the future. So it's really doing business for good. So really making sure that by doing your business, yes, you're making an honest living, and maybe you might even make a lot of money, but at the same time, you also do good. So when you become a B Corp company, when you are certified, you have to sign their declaration of interdependence. So it's not about independence anymore, it's about interdependence, about everybody working together, and together we can be strong. Now in that declaration, I just took out a few fragments. It says, for example, we envision a global economy that uses business as a force for good. So that kind of expresses already, there's my pop-up again. Okay, this is becoming a daily routine. So I know now how to get rid of it. There we go. So, and if I talk fast enough, it shouldn't come back before we have finished this presentation. We'll see. Now, next bullet point is a B Corp is a purpose-driven company and creates benefit for all its stakeholders. So not just the shareholders. All right, so it really looks into who are all my stakeholders, and you try to do good. Not try, you do. You do good for all these stakeholders. Final bullet point I want to briefly bring across is that through their products, practices, and profits, businesses should aspire to do no harm and benefit all. So that's another big thing, not doing any harm. And that's always tricky, of course, because if you do good on one hand, you might be doing harm on the other. But we'll look into that. There's 2 videos in the watch list at the end, so please look into the topic of B Corp as well. Okay, brings us to the next slide. This is a slide you should be familiar with. This is the business model canvas by Austin Walder. You've worked with this canvas already in module 3. I bring it up because the canvas we'll be working on in this assignment is based on a business model canvas. So there's parts that you will definitely recognize. The main aim of the business model canvas is for the business to do well. So by using this, you actually can bring out what value does the business actually create, and how can we actually capitalize on that value. So how can we do well as a business? So it's a great tool. It's world renowned by now. So please, yes, good tool. You can definitely use it. However, we will be using an adapted version, an updated version, and that is this one. This is the Flourishing Business Canvas. So I will talk you through how to go about this one. The thing is with this canvas, it's not just for businesses to do well, but it's for businesses to do well and good. So we can actually do it at the same time. It's not that one, by doing one, you cannot do the other. So it looks complicated maybe, but let me bring out a couple of things, and therefore then it will hopefully the pennies will drop. As you can see, it focuses on the environment, on the society, and the economy. So it is triple layered. So yes, it is the triple bottom line. So we got the profit, we got the people, we got the planet. So everything is incorporated in here. Then there are 16 topics, 16 fields to fill in. Out of these 16, you are already familiar with 9 of them, because if we take a closer look, we actually see that all the ones that I put the red dot are the same as in the Austin Walder canvas, so the business model canvas. So Anthony Upward, the person who designed this canvas, was in close contact with Austin Walder and in cooperation, I believe. So basically, it's known that the foundation of this canvas is the business model canvas, but this is a triple layered one. So this is actually also taking care of all the other aspects, so society and environment. Now, going back to the red dots, those are the 9 fields that are already in the business model canvas. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that because you're already familiar with that. So you know how to fill it out. If you forgot, there's also a video in the watch list that briefly takes you through these 9 bullet points again. Okay, one I want to bring out is that here it says in the business model canvas, it's talking about customers, and in the Flourishing Business Canvas, it's talking about stakeholders. In line with the B Corp declaration, we cannot just look after customers or not just look after shareholders, we have to look after all the stakeholders. So who are these stakeholders? Well, for example, the customers, the employees, investors, community at large, all these people. So make sure that there's a difference there in the 2 canvases that you have to address. Look after all the stakeholders. Okay, and then we should be focusing on some of the other fields. So I can do that from this slide. So the fields that have no red dot. Let's start here. Let's start at the bottom. Between the costs and the benefits, we have now the field goals. If we want our company to be purpose-driven, we need to know where we want to go. What are our goals? So when you use this canvas, because you also have to use this for your innovative startup, start looking at these goals. What's the purpose? Why are you doing this? Why are you taking care of this startup? Why you want to execute this? So you could also have a look at the Sustainable Development Goals there, the SDGs. They could actually give you inspiration on what to put there. Okay, another field is the governance. So how is a company being run, right? What do you find in the mission? What do you find in the objectives, mission, vision, statement, and so forth? How is it being run? How are decisions being taken? What's all being taken into consideration? Is it just profit, or are they actually also putting action where they put their mouth, right? So because that's also, here you can actually find out if it's just greenwashing or if it's actually living what we are. So do we walk the talk, basically? All right. Then another field that was not addressed in Business Model Canvas is the one down here, value co-destruction. So here we have the value co-creations, and here we have the destruction. So what this canvas addresses is that by creating value for one party, very often there might be other parties which are, well, having a disadvantage because of what you're doing. That doesn't have to always withhold you from doing what you want to do, but it's great to be aware of it. It's good to be aware of it, because basically you could also then try to find a way in which you minimize the destructions. All right, and then we have, I think, 4 left. So for those last 4, let me go to the next slide. Okay, well, unfortunately, I did it again. I've either been talking too much or too slow, I don't know, but we have to cut this video in 2 parts, and I'll see you back in part 2.